Hey, listen, Instagram got me on restriction, y'all. We back in here though. If you had any questions, put the questions back in the question box. Yeah, we back. Put the questions. Yeah, we back. We back. You feel me? Put the questions back in the question box. We got another hour, y'all. Come on now. Peace, peace. I've been vegan for 7 years. Please give us some knowledge. Oh, I just broke it down in the first one. I just broke it down in the first one. I seen a great question that, man, I should have got, you feel me? But it's all good though. Don't go vegan. Heal my immune system by going vegan for sure. That's amazing. Congratulations. You're gonna have to check out part 1. I know all the questions disappeared. People getting lit around you. Oh, y'all can hear them folks outside? Yeah, for sure. Hey, if you got any questions, put the questions in the question box. If you want to join me back on the live, please feel free to request a live. No tofu. Oh, tofu is the worst thing to eat. Tofu is nothing but complex soy. Soy throws off the soy throws off the woman's emotional balance, the glandular highway, your chakras. It throws off your emotional balance, your hormones, your hormonal balance. Do not eat meat. Of course not. If you got any questions, put the questions back in the question box, y'all. If y'all got any questions, put the questions back in the question box. Y'all know I'm on a time limit. Instagram still got me restricted. Don't go vegan, go natural. We broke it down in part 1. You're gonna have to catch part 1. I just posted it on Instagram. Let me see real quick. It's back on Instagram. So if you want to tap into part 1, yeah, tofu is the worst thing to eat. Let me see. What should I be putting in my water to get all my minerals? I'm not going to say there's anything that you can, that you can put inside your water to get all your minerals. But I will say is that what you can drink to get all the minerals that is needed for the body is fruit juice, watermelons, cucumbers, seeded grapes, right? Berries. You can juice those and you can get all the minerals. Y'all got to understand that, I hear the whole thing about certain people talking about, water this and water that. You wouldn't be alive without water. I understand that the body is made up of water, right? Over 70% of water, but you got to understand what is the chemical compound of the water inside of us. It is nothing but minerals, right? Now, where does water? You do get a few minerals from natural spring water because it's naturally alkaline, 100%, right? But you got to understand that over time, this spring water can become toxic and bad to the body because now it is not producing as much minerals, and it's stripping the body of the minerals that's already inside your body that your body is creating. So H3O2, watermelons, cucumbers, you feel what I'm saying? Berries, seeded grapes, that's the best fruit juice. That is the best water to drink. That is the best water to drink because it's high in minerals. It has a more chemical compound of minerals than water. So over time, yes, you can drink water, right? But over time, water will dehydrate you. If y'all hear the music out there, y'all know what's happening, man. We just lit out here, man. Let me see what other questions y'all got. What is your thoughts on semen retention? I think that's something I need to start doing. Oh, I got a whole class about semen retention. You can click the link in my bio. I got a whole class about semen retention and ejaculation control. You got to understand there is a difference though. right? There is a big difference. Semen retention, a lot of people feel like, oh, semen retention could be both ways as far as just holding your ejaculation or whatever the case may be, but that is not necessarily what exactly semen retention is. Semen retention, to break it down, semen retention is basically not doing any kind of self-pleasure, no self-love. You're not doing any kind of intimate acts with yourself and or another person. Ejaculation control is, on the other hand, is the opposite. It's where you're actually either self-loving or you have a partner, but you're holding your ejaculation. Now, I teach both, but a majority of the time I teach ejaculation control. Reason being is because what our penis, right? Our phallus is similar to a muscle. And you know what they say about muscles? If you don't use it, you'll lose it, right? And this is why, a lot of men, yeah, I'm not going to get into that, but if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So I'm into, ejaculation control. Rather you're self-pleasing or you have a partner, you can develop certain practices as far as breathing techniques, stretching techniques, focus techniques, and Kegel exercises for men that can actually help you hold your ejaculation. So I got a whole class about this. I ain't gonna drop too many jewels. Every other community gathering, we talk about semen retention, ejaculation control. It's a very powerful thing for men. Being able to cultivate your semen, your creative energy, your solar energy, and transmute it up the energy centers, and being able to redirect it and transmute it and redirect it to something more productive than just releasing and wasting your life force. It's a very powerful thing. So I pray you understand. If you want to, jump into the class. Jump into the class, and I got breathing techniques on there. I got stretching techniques on there. I got a few focus techniques on there because once you start cultivating your energy, you're going to also stop objectifying women. You're gonna know, because you're stepping into your God power. You're stepping into your God ability and your God energy. So you're going to stop objectifying women, and when you start getting to know a woman, you're going to actually start answering important questions, right? You're going to want to start asking her questions to really get to know her, and not just trying to, you feel what I'm saying? And not just trying to bust her down. And then once you start practicing ejaculation control and you don't actually ejaculate, but you build it up, what happens is that it disperses throughout the nervous system and regenerate the nervous system. Listen, I break that down inside the class. You feel what I'm saying? Go into class, learn about the semen retention, learn about the ejaculation control. It is it is powerful, right? I remember asking a question to my men. I said, how do you kill an alligator? How do you kill an alligator? Right? You kill an alligator by feeding it. The moment you feed an alligator, it becomes in a dormant and sedative state. Now, let me ask you, what happens when a man ejaculates over and over and over again? He becomes dormant in a sedative state. He becomes uninspired. He doesn't want to do anything. His bones become frail. His hair starts to turn gray, right? His eyes become more as more mucus build up inside the eyes, and his sight begins to deteriorate. So once you start cultivating your creative energy, you're going to become more creative. A lot of people don't understand that when a man cultivates his semen, he's actually tapping into the divine feminine energy, because women, they don't ejaculate. They have an orgasm. So in a way, I also teach men how to have an orgasm. After 30 days of you not ejaculating and cultivating your sexual energy, you're going to start developing a knowingness of how to have an orgasm. Right? Not ejaculate, but an orgasm. And an orgasm is a full body sensation. It's a power, man. Listen, semen retention, ejaculation control is powerful. I pray I answered your question. What is the best way to get your adrenals back online? So you got to understand, where are your adrenals? Your adrenal glands are two pyramid structures that sit on top of your kidneys, right? And what happens is that these are the pumps. These are the pumps to different hormones inside the body. Now, if your adrenals are down and you have adrenal fatigue, that means your kidneys are not pumping and filtrating properly as well. And if that's the case, that means your glandular highway, your adrenals are a part of your is a gland as well, because it secretes different hormones and different chemicals for the body, right? Now, what controls the adrenal glands? Your pituitary gland. Your pituitary gland is what sends signals to the adrenal glands inside the kidneys. I mean, on that sits on top of the kidneys. So what you need to do is you need to cleanse. You need to get a glandular. You need to get a glandular highway cleanse. Cleanse the lymphatic system. Cleanse the kidneys. Cleanse the glandular highway, which is also known as the chakras. Every gland inside your body is connected to a specific chakra. Do some breathing techniques. A lot of people don't understand and understand that over 70% of detoxification method inside the body is breathing. Learning how to breathe correctly. Not just chest breathing, but abdomen breathing. Not just mouth breathing, but only nose breathing. Dragon breathing throughout the nose. I pray that answers your question. Love the questions we got. How does a woman have an orgasm that never had one in her life? It could be a lot of reasons, right? One of the main reasons why most women do not have an orgasm is because, one, they're not comfortable. This is another thing that I teach in my semen retention and ejaculation control course with my men. How to make your partner comfortable. Get her comfortable. Get her relaxed. That's how most women squirt. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of women are tense, right? And then you got to understand something, right? Not just women, but men as well. You got to understand that as far as a man, sex is all the entire intimacy process and engagement is in the man's hands. Is this woman comfortable? That is the number one top thing. Does she feel catered to? Does she feel that she's focused on? Because see, when you fully focus on a woman and you make her comfortable, oh, good God, anything goes. So one of the main reasons, which could be why you never had an orgasm, is because you're not comfortable enough. The men or the man, right, that you're with, he's probably rushing, right? Because why? He's focused on a nut. But when a man is not focused on a nut and he focused on you, pleasing you, and he's focused on cultivating his energy and not releasing his energy, oh, you think you ain't having orgasms? Yeah, all right. Watch what happens when you get a man that know how to focus on you. Watch when you get a man that doesn't. What happens when you get a man that does not ejaculate every single time that you guys have sex. Watch what happens. And then another reason, right? If you're not having an orgasm, it could be the toys, right? I don't know if you do toys. If you don't do toys, right? It could be the toys. You could be desensitized, right? Porn. I know porn desensitizes the nervous system because it releases a false sense of dopamine, which is why a lot of men that have pornography addictions, right? It's hard for them to get a hard on, or it's hard for them to stay up in front of the real thing because they have a pornography. You feel what I'm saying? And then of course it can also be diet, the lymphatic system. You got to understand that over 70% of your lymphatic system is inside your gut, right? When you are sexually aroused, that means there is a large amount of blood flow going down to the sexual organs. So when a man, right, let's say a man, he can't stay up or he can't get up. This is because of the glandular highway. The lymphatic system is blocked up and it's blocking off the glandular highway, which is the master gland, which is your pituitary gland, that sends out signals by way of neurotransmitters to send out more blood flow to the sexual organs. The lymphatic system blocked up, so the blood flow is not flowing to the sexual organs the way it's supposed to. And this also can go for women as well, right? Your clitoris could be too desensitized. There's not enough blood flow going to the clitoris. So I pray I answered your question though. I don't want to talk too much about sex because I know, folks be getting all hot and bothered. Some people need to go take some cold showers and shit. You feel me? So we ain't gonna speak too much, but you feel me? You know what I mean? We can do a little something. But yeah, man, shit, semen retention, ejaculation control for men. Hey, man, tap in, dive in. I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it, especially for a man. And then as a woman, you get a man that practice that. Hey, oh, man, yeah, all right, we're gonna see who's gonna be tapping out. Let me go to the next questions real quick. Oh, I just answered that question. Let's see. What are healthy foods replacing bread and chicken? What are healthy foods replacing bread and chicken? I mean, the best healthy foods that you can eat is whole foods, fruits, vegetables, legumes, right? Lentils, chickpeas, right? You don't want to take too much because it has it's high in phytic acid. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, still good. Lentils. What else? Greens, right? Bread. You can do spelt bread, but you want to be careful with the spelt bread though, because over time it can act. It can resemble gluten, right? When you look at the root word of gluten, it means glue, right? It glues cells together. It clumps cells together. So, I pray I answered your question on that. Them folks lit outside. What's the best clean diet for a diabetic? The best thing you want to do is get off the complex salt and get off the complex sugars. That's the first thing you want to do. Because if you are a diabetic, that means your pancreas is not secreting insulin. That means your pancreas is not secreting the hormones and the enzymes that it need to be secreting. So for the blood sugar can be leveled. I've gotten rid of diabetes based off of watermelons alone. Seeded watermelons. You got to understand what diabetes is, right? The reason why I say get off the complex sugar, and I know a lot of people that got diabetes, they be like, well, fruits are high in sugar. You got to understand there's a different process between complex sugar and natural sugar. Pain in the penis. Put that question. If you got pain in the penis, put that question inside the question box so I'll be able to answer your question. And please articulate what do you mean by pain in the penis as well. But if you have diabetes, you got to understand that there's a two different process between natural sugar and complex sugar, right? So when it comes to complex sugar, what happens is that when you intake this complex sugar, your pancreas secretes natural insulin. The natural insulin is a buffer system that carries the sugar to penetrate to help penetrate the blood cells, so it can be broken down into ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate, which is natural energy. Now, there's a difference from that complex sugar and simple sugar. When we talking about watermelons, and we talking about cucumbers, and we talking about grapes, we talking about mangoes, we talking about pineapples, right? There's a different thing called cellular infusion. What happens is that when you intake the natural sugar, the natural sugars that's broken down into fructose and glucose, it does that breaks down into fructose. It bypasses the pancreas, meaning that it does not need insulin. It penetrates the blood cells automatically and broke it down into natural energy, right? So I know a lot of people that have diabetes, they talk about, the fruits is high in sugar. Yes, 100%. Once you get on the fruits, it will raise your blood sugar. But because fruits cleanse the body, within a few days of you being on the fruit juice and the fruits, your body is going to get back into homeostasis and your blood sugar is going to drop. So if you have diabetes, get off the complex sugar, get off the complex salts, even get off the complex protein, because the protein also breaks down into complex sugar as well. Again, you as a melanin being, as a carbon being, you got to understand that everything breaks down into fructose and or glucose. Glucose needs salt, which is the insulin, which is naturally occurring inside the body. Fructose does not need any salt compound. So if you want to really cleanse the body, I would advise you to get on fruits, let the body cleanse, and then let the body regenerate itself and get back into homeostasis. Eczema, for eliminate dairy. For eczema, eliminate dairy. Oh yeah, high fructose, yeah, for sure. Eczema is nothing but herpes, by the way. For those that don't know, there are over 108 strains of herpes, and eczema is one of them, right? Eczema is nothing but parasites, nothing but fungus inside the body. All you need to do is cleanse the parasites. Get off the Batty Meek said. Get off the dairy, get off the complex protein, get off the high fructose corn syrups, the dyes, right? Get on the fruits. Fruits cleanse the body, vegetables rebuild the body. So if you really want to cleanse, get on fruits, get on herbal teas, herbal capsules, cleanse the lymphatic system, cleanse the pancreas, cleanse the liver, right? Cleanse the kidneys, cleanse the glandular highway. How the fuck do you get full from a fruit diet? Man, I stay hungry, shake my head, must be those parasites. That's exactly what it is. It's not you that's craving any. You are a sun person. You are a sun being. You are the natural person. You do not crave anything complex. The gods does not crave poison. It's impossible. The gods do not consume anything contaminated. You got to understand that there are entities inside of you and attached to you that make you feel like you're hungry. It's a false sense of hunger. Why? Because you're lacking minerals. It's not you that's hungry. It's the parasites that's hungry. And the reason why the parasites are making you feel like you're hungry is because they're the ones that's feeding on the complex proteins. Then not only that, your body then also communicates to you because it's hungry, right? And it's not necessarily it's hungry, it's just starving and lacking minerals. You say, how the fuck do you get full off of a fruit diet? If you think about the strongest and the biggest animal on this planet right now, it's the silverback gorilla. What does a silverback gorilla eat? It only eats vegetables. Why? Because it's high in simple amino acids, which is the building blocks of protein. I pray I answered your question. When having sex with a healthy man, everything grows. Income, strength, guidance, hair, nails. That's a fact. Hey, Jazz, pink bonnet, that's a physac. On blood. Hey, that's the biggest facts I've ever heard. Even a woman though, you feel what I'm saying? When you have a real woman that's in her power, especially a woman that's assisting the man into semen retention and ejaculation control and assisting him in being healthy, do you not know what he's gonna pour into you? And then you pour it into him, it just creates an abundance of flow. The law of giving and receiving. Come on, y'all. We spoke about that already. We spoke about that, what, like 3 community gatherings ago, right? The laws of life, the spiritual laws of life, the spiritual laws of success, giving and receiving. We don't have the same cellular structure as gorillas. Okay. You missing the point, bro. We may not have the same cellular structure, but you got to understand with them breaking with understanding that they're the strongest and the biggest animal on this planet and they eat only vegetables. Most people say, "Oh, let's eat animals to get protein." Complex protein is not what you need. Complex protein actually clogs the arteries, it clogs the lymphatic system, and it shuts down the kidneys. What you need is simple amino acids. Why do you need simple amino acids? Because simple amino acids are the building blocks of protein. Protein is what builds the muscle. Protein is what builds the body up. This is why fruits cleanse the body, vegetables rebuild the body. That's the point I'm making. Listen, I can explain it for you, but I'm not here to understand it for you. It's potassium and sea moss. Yes. I would say potassium is mostly in well, I mean it's in all the sea moss, but it's mostly found in either purple or green sea moss. I sell them both, by the way, on my website, thebloodthatheals.com. Do you believe lymphatic drainage works like dry brushing daily? Yes, I do, but that's not the only, I wouldn't say that's the only things that you can resort to, right? That is not the only thing that I would advise you should resort to. You can do that, but I would advise, of course, cleansing the body with fruits, fruit juices, right? Fruits cleanse the body. You could do some herbs to assist the lymphatic system draining. But yeah, 100%, they do work. Don't go vegan, go natural. Hey, that should be a new slogan, huh? Don't go vegan, go natural. You feel me? That should be the new slogan. Hey, I kind of like that. Don't go vegan, go natural. You feel me? That's it. Hey, yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's the new slogan right there. Don't go vegan, go natural. Niggas need to trademark that shit. Y'all trademark that shit. And you talking about, let me know what to do next. Let's get together with it. You feel what I'm saying? Trademark it. We can turn to an LLC, turn to a nonprofit, whatever the case may be. Boom, start selling the shirts, the t-shirts. Boom. You feel what I'm saying? We can get all the herbalists together, the meditations, the yoga gurus, and everybody together. Boom. Nigga, don't go vegan. We got a whole train. We got a whole team. We got a tribe, a community, baby. Without the community, there is no community. Y'all know me. I got enough stuff going on. Boom, let's get together. Boom, somebody do this, somebody do that. Boom, 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 boom. Don't go vegan, go natural. You feel me? Like, look, I'm coming up with ideas already. Hey, man. Y'all stop playing with me, man. Hey, them folks lit outside. I ain't even gonna hurt you. For sure, for sure. I'm loving the energy. I'm loving the energy. Let me see what other questions y'all got for me, man. Look, I see a lot of questions. Don't nobody want to join in real quick? Don't nobody want to join in? Don't nobody want to tap in with me? Let me see what else we got. What's the best way to be healthy in this day of time with the soil being manipulated? Two things. You can move out the country and grow your own food. That's the best thing I can tell you. Black go crazy. You feel me? Grow your own food. You can create your own soil. Creating your own soil ain't shit. You can actually get soil, right? You can get the Purolite. You can get worm castings, right? You can even have a worm. You can even have a worm form where you can get your own worm castings, put them together, put all the Purolite, right? Get some dirt, whatever the case may be, and you can actually nourish and create your own dirt, right? The watermelon rinds, right? The leftover food, the leftover natural food scraps, the orange peels, right? If you eat egg, you can get the egg shells. All of this stuff breaks down. It's called compost, right? Which feeds the soil, which makes the soil more dense and more mineralized, right? And then what happens when you plant the seed? Those minerals feed the seed. That seed, you feel me? So move out the country, make your own soil, grow your own food. That's the 3 steps right there, baby. I pray I answered your question. What I'm drinking right now is seeded watermelon with the black seeds, not the white ones. Recommend stretches for hip cleansing. Oh, hip detoxing. I love doing hip detoxing. Right? For those that don't know, the body do keep score, and majority of the score is inside your hips, meaning that the body do store, it stores trauma, right? It stores a lot of tense emotions, whatever the case may be. If you're not properly releasing them, you could do a nice amount of hip stretching, right? I mean, I do a lot of, I do a lot of hip stretching. That's the best thing you can do. I mean, you could go on YouTube, go on Google. That's what I do. I ain't gonna hold you. You feel what I'm saying? Or, you know, I go to my little yoga spot once a week. For those, you know what I'm saying? I go to, you know, I got me a little yoga spot. You feel me? A little nice little intimate setting. You feel what I'm saying? They be having an aromatherapy going on. You know what I'm saying? The little sound bowls, the little frequency music. You know what I'm saying? Doing a little yoga, the little deep breathing. Then sometimes I go to the little hot yoga. You know, get my little sweat on. You know, yeah, some real gangster shit. Like, you know, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, I take a few of those practices from the yoga experience, and I just come home and just, you know, yeah, do my own little thing. So, you know, yeah, you know how that shit go, man. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Real quickity splickety, you feel me? I pray I answered your question. Hey, look, I'm really praying. I pray I'm answering your question. If you're in Houston, come do yoga with me on Mondays. Next class, June 5th. June 5th, I got my community gathering. I'm not gonna be able to make that, but I got my in-person community gathering on Saturday. We going bright. It's gonna be nice, small, you know what I'm saying? Nice intimate setting. We're gonna have the food, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have it's gonna be everything. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, if you want to come to the in-person community gathering this Saturday, the tickets are in the bio. You know, just go to thebloodthatheals.com, tap community gathering, get the tickets, come out, come eat with me, come chill with me, come vibe with me. I'm gonna perform. We're gonna build. If you liking the Instagram community gathering, you're going to love the in-person community gathering. We're doing it once a month. We going brazy. Let's do it, baby. Yeah. Come on, man. We in Atlanta with it. About this oil pulling. Oh, oil pulling. I'll just get you some coconut oil. You can get you some coconut oil, some black seed oil, right? Some all natural, real, organic, non-GMO, cold pressed olive oil, and just gargle your mouth out. Come on now, you could just pour the impurities out, and it also breaks down the bad bacteria in your mouth. It pulls the bad bacteria out your mouth. It cleanses the saliva glands. For those that do not know, your saliva glands are actually alkaline. They're actually a part of the lipid family, the mucosal membrane. This is why on a subconscious level, when people are having intimate moments, what do? They swap spit. Because why? Because on a subconscious level, saliva actually is healing. Right? When your diet is correct, right? When your hygiene is up to par, right? Swapping spit, swapping saliva is actually healing. It's a healing modality. You feel me? So yeah, man, some unrefined cold pressed coconut oil, right? You could do the olive oil and the black seed oil, whichever one you want to do, and it's gonna make your teeth white, shine. It's gonna cleanse the gums, get the gums all good and pink. You feel me? Yeah, come on now. Yeah, man. Hygiene got to be up to par. You know what I'm saying? I always say I'm too nasty for your hygiene not to be up to par. You feel me? But that's a whole nother thing. Oil pulling gonna get you right. You feel what I'm saying? Saliva is healing. Saliva is alkaline. All right. That's why every time you eat, what happens? Your saliva glands it secretes saliva because it starts to break down and help break down and coat the food and the things that you're consuming. You feel me? Saliva is very healing. So when you have a partner and stuff like that, you can start eat. You can, man, listen. Y'all got to understand that intimacy is supposed to be healing. First thing first, right? Intimacy is supposed to be healing. You feel me? And I'm talking about through all aspects, specifically throughout, of course, the bodily fluids. So when you're kissing, like you can actually set intentions, like boom, let's heal, right? You can set intentions to manifest personally. You can set intentions to manifest together, and you can also set the energy and set the intention to heal each other. So yeah, so boom, you start kissing, boom, you know what I'm saying? Hygiene up the par. We got to emphasize the hygiene. You feel me? Then you start swapping the saliva. Boom, we healing each other, right? Boom. So man, listen. Look, man, y'all ain't ready for that conversation. But just understand that intimacy is supposed to be healing. You feel me? But the order of pulling, get it right. Get it tight. I pray I answered your question. Let me see what else going on, man. Let me go to y'all questions, man. Let me see. I just answered that one for the hip stretching. Y'all talking about y'all want to see demonstrations. I got demonstration all on my Instagram. Go to my Instagram and look at, different stretches that I be doing. I'm not going to say the only stretching that I do is hip stretching, but majority of the time I'm literally opening my hips. That's actually one of the stretches that I have that I teach men in my semen retention and ejaculation control course. You feel what I'm saying? Because opening them hips, man, listen, you can open them hips and just, you feel what I'm saying? Listen, we could just open the hips, you feel what I'm saying? But as far as men, the reason why I practice mostly hip stretches is because, during my healing stage, I'm still healing, but, during my deep healing stage, this past year and a half, you know what I'm saying? I've been understanding that a lot of trauma stored in the hips. So, opening them hips up gonna get you right. I pray I answered your question. Yes, make healing intimacy the next community gathering topic. Oh, I could do that, huh? Intimacy healing intimacy. That could be the next topic for a community gathering. It could be. It could be. But see, y'all gotta look. Y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta come, goddamn, you feel me? Because I know some of y'all gonna come hot and bothered and shit. Y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying? Before y'all come, we gotta do like some good deep breathings. You feel what I'm saying? We got to do some energy transmuting real quick before we talk about intimacy healing. You feel me? Because that's gonna be a nice little deep, beautiful subject. So yeah, I don't think y'all ready for that one. Let me see what other questions y'all got, man. What do you think about mushroom supplements? So the only mushroom supplements that I would advise getting is I wouldn't say, I just don't like the word supplement, right? But mushrooms, lion's mane, the reishi mushrooms, cordyceps mushrooms, those my big three. Those the top three. I actually got a whole mushroom compound that I created for myself. I'm gonna start selling on the blooddhatheals.com. I'm gonna start selling it real soon. It's for brain enhancement, neurological reconnection, neurotransmitter regenerator. I'm talking about all kind of just cellular regeneration. The top three mushrooms, lion's mane. I'm talking about powder too, by the way. I'm not talking about like actually eating it, but I'm talking about the powder kind. Reishi, lion's mane, and cordyceps. Beautiful, amazing. And of course, you can do a little psychedelics too. You feel what I'm saying? Psychedelics gonna reconnect some things too. You could do like a little nice micro dose, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. I pray I answered your question. Do you have tantric courses? I got tantric courses for men. That's the semen retention and ejaculation control course, but that's pretty much it. Listen, if I do a tantric course, it ain't finna just be me talking or typing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about y'all, but I demonstrate. I like to learn by way of action and doing. You feel what I'm saying? So if I have a tantra course, that's gonna be probably a little too much. You feel what I'm saying? So, that's gonna be a little too X-rated. So I ain't finna do all of that. You feel what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I could ask for some volunteers, but man, I don't know. That's gonna be different. That's gonna be different. I don't know how I'm feeling about that yet. But it is possible. It could be possible though. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice little subject. You know what I'm saying? Or I could just get a couple. You know what I'm saying? And I can just teach them. You know, have them demonstrate it. You feel what I'm saying? I can have them demonstrate it. You feel what I'm saying? And just had a buddy, you know, had a camera set up, and they could demonstrate like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm. Well, I don't even know shit. I don't even know no couple that even want to do no shit like that. Man, listen. Anyway, let me see what goes to the other questions. Man. See the other questions y'all got for a nigga, man. Cause y'all know how y'all get. It's gonna have to be levels. Facts, right? It's gonna have to be levels. Look, it's gonna have to be levels to it. It's gonna have to be multiple levels to the Tantra course. You know what I'm saying? But look, check this out. The in-person community gathering this Saturday. Get your tickets, thebloodthatheals.com. Not T.I. and Tiny. I don't know about that. We need a whole master class. That's one I would actually pay for sure. I'll take 11-10. All right, man, y'all over here tripping. My sister is anemic. What can she do? Take some iron. Lily of the valley. Lily of the valley. You can do Jamaican and Mexican sarsaparilla, burdock root. It's a lot of supplements that she can take to build the iron back up. I would definitely tell her to get off the neurotoxin, the sugar, the complex proteins. Because what she needs is the iron phosphate, and then actually, she can start, doing some deep breathing as well, because the glycoprotein is the actual protein that transmute and transport the oxygen molecules to the blood cells. So I would tell her to get off the complex protein, salts, sugars, start intaking iron phosphate. She can detox a bit, allow the body to reset, allow the body to get back into homeostasis. What else? Green sea moss is high in iron phosphate. My green sea moss is actually what I use for autoimmune disease, which is great for the thymus gland, thyroid, parathyroid, calcium, blood cells, red blood cells, white blood cells, and all of those things. So that's what I would advise her to do. I pray I answers your question. How often are we doing the in-person community gatherings? My plan is to do them once a month. Help with lupus, pain, and to cure it. Oh, 100%. When it comes to lupus, again, lupus comes from, the white blood cells pretty much being developed and attacking the body, right? Building up the actual antibodies to, basically attack itself. So again, where does these blood cells come from? It comes from the bone marrow, right? The bone marrow then produces the red blood cells, the autoimmune, or I would say the white blood cells. They go inside the thymus gland. The thymus gland is the school for the red blood cells to turn into white blood cells. So, of course, the blood, the bone marrow, right? The thymus. The thymus is also a gland. So, of course, the glandular highway. That's the best way to do it. To really actually go in depth with lupus, or the pain, and to cure it and things in that nature. I would advise you to book a consultation. You can hit me in the email, whatever the case may be, and we can go from there. But I wouldn't say it's easy to do, but you stick with it over time. Yeah, baby, you're gonna be good. I promise you that. I promise you that. Put some more iron in there. Some like I said, some iron phosphate. Yeah. Yeah. I pray I answered your question. If I do a fruit detox, then start a veggie cleanse to rebuild, when should I add fruits back into the mix? Can I juice both together after that initial cleanse? So first thing first, okay, you do a fruit detox, then you get on the veggies to rebuild. Okay, when should I add fruits back into the mix? So you can add fruits back in the mix whenever. You know what I'm saying? It's just adding. What you can do is it's just about the ratio, right? So for an example, when somebody is on like a protocol, right, or a healing modality, right? I'm healing a specific dis-ease inside the body or whatever the case may be, right? What I'm doing is I give them a ratio. I say 80-20 or 90-10 percent diet, right? 90% would be the fruits, 10% would be the vegetables. The reason being because again, the vegetables rebuild the body, right? Which means that the vegetables is going to slow down the healing modality, right? So what you're going to do is if you want to now switch it and you want to rebuild the body while still intake fruits, you're just going to switch that ratio. So now you'll do 80% vegetables and 20% fruit, or 90% vegetables and 10%, because now you're focused on rebuilding. So it's how it's just basically as far as the ratio. You can juice the fruits and vegetables together, right? I know a lot of people, they got a lot of speculation on that. You can do that, but I just don't advise doing that because again, the reason why is because the body, it breaks down it breaks down the simplest enzymes and the simplest food first. Right? We're simple cell organisms, single cell organisms. So it's going to break down the simplest things first, which is fruits, right? Again, why does that? Because when the fruits break down, it breaks down into fructose and it penetrates the blood cells, which is called cellular infusion, right? And this also breaks down into energy. That's the simplest way that any food can be broken down. So when you mix the fruits and vegetables, the vegetables actually break down into glucose. They break down into glucose. So now the insulin secretes these salt compounds, which is called insulin, that carries the glucose to help penetrate the blood cells, right? So what's going to happen is that when you mix the fruits and vegetables together, the vegetable enzymes and the vegetables or whatever the case may be, they're just going to sit and ferment while the fruits are being digested. Then the vegetables are going to be digested. So if you really realize and if you really pay attention, when you mix fruits and vegetables with any juice or any smoothie, right, or even if you eat it, right, what's going to happen is if you pay attention, you'll start getting gas, right? Whether you burping, right, whether passing gas, whatever the case may be. Understand what I just said, passing gas, right? Now, what happens when something ferments or something rot or something putrefies? It creates a gas, right? This gas got to go somewhere inside the body, so then it releases by way of belching or through passing gas. So yeah, so the reason, yeah, so just a fruit fast is cleansing the body again. You feel what I'm saying? So I pray I answers your question. Yeah, don't go vegan, go natural, baby. I pray I answers your question. So I can do a fruit juice all day, then eat a salad for dinner. 100%. Yes, you can. That'll be your 90%, 10% balance. That'll be your ratio, 100%. But again, it's all about you know what I'm saying, what you want to do. Like if you just detoxing, yeah, 100%. But when somebody is healing from a disease or any ailments inside the body, there's specific protocols that I put them on and that I recommend. So do you consider supplements being different from herbs? It depends on what you mean by supplements. Because you can go to the store, you can go to GMC and you can get vitamin B12, right? But you got to understand that vitamin B12 is nothing but isolated chemicals. It's isolated B12, meaning that B12 is also lacking potassium and calcium. So because it's lacking potassium and calcium, when you take that B12, your body is then going to recognize, because your body's intelligent, and say, hey, this B12 is supposed to have potassium and calcium, right? To be even broken down. So what's going to happen is that B12 that doesn't have potassium and calcium is, excuse me, is going to now strip the bones and strip the body of the potassium and calcium to try to pretty much break down this B12. It's same as a dried fruit. Just look at that. Just look at supplements or isolated chemicals as dried fruit, right? You eat a raisin, right? Or you eat a dried mango or a dried pineapple. Because your body is intelligent, it knows that whatever this dried fruit is, it's supposed to have some kind of water content inside of it. So when you consume this dried fruit, what happens is that this dried fruit is going to strip your body of H2O, right? It's going to strip your body of actual water, right? To turn that raisin back into a grape, to turn that dried mango back into a mango, and then it's going to break down. I pray that answers your question. So yeah, so that's the point I was making. Like when it comes to supplements and things of that nature, it depends on what you mean by supplement. Now, if you're just talking about like, of course, like herbs and things like that, I'm all for it. But is he saying B12 good or not for the body? B12 is good for the body, but you want to make sure that you're getting the authentic, non-isolated B12, right? Same as vitamin D. Like you can go to the store and get vitamin D, right? But natural vitamin D comes from what? It comes from the sun, right? We eat the sun. This is called photosynthesis, right? Excuse me. When you get that vitamin D, it breaks down into calcium and other things, other minerals for the body. Like so, yeah, I'm not saying none of this is I'm not saying it's not good for the body. It's just the fact that it's isolated. So I pray you understand that. You don't want anything isolated. You want the authentic. The gods do not eat or consume anything that is poison. The gods do not consume anything that is contaminated. If it's contaminated, do not consume it. You are a god. You are a goddess. Become aware. Remember who you are. Somebody said, what do you consider completely natural? Well, if you want me to put my take on it, what I consider completely natural is me creating my own mineral dense soil and growing my own food. But right now, right, I'm shifting myself into that reality so I can experience and actually be in that reality. So in the meantime, between time, I'm eating whole foods, right? I'm finding seeded fruit, right? I'm eating as close to nature and natural as possible. So I'm eating organic, non-GMO, right? I'm also cleansing my fruit, right? Apple cider vinegar, baking soda, pink Himalayan sea salt, cold water. I'm letting them soak, right? So that's what I consider completely natural. In the meantime, between time, I pray I answered your question. The 369 book you post the weekend. Yeah, it's called Project 369. For those that's asking about that book I was posting, it's called Project 369. I definitely advise you to get that. Right? I would say you can get that, and you can look at my lecture on the 5 community, the link in my app, and you can look at the power of 369 because it's going to break down that book. It's not. Yeah, it's going to break down, right, the power of 369 before you even start reading that book. So then, once you start working out of that book, you will really fully understand what you're doing. I pray I answers your question. We probably got 5 more minutes here, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Man, what's going on? Oh, okay. So I soak my yeah, there you go. Apple cider vinegar, baking soda, pink Himalayan sea salt, and cold water. I soak my fruits in that to cleanse them, to get them right. And then a lot of people, when y'all see me juice them cucumbers, y'all see me, y'all see me taking the skin off the cucumbers, right? The reason why is because, a lot of the skin, like the apples and things like that, they be having wax on it. Now, of course, I do still clean them with the baking soda and stuff like that. But, I'm gonna keep it gangster with you. Just the thought of it even having wax on it, I don't even want that shit in my juice. So I just take it off. Now I'm completely aware that cucumber skins, they high in all kind of stuff. I completely get it, but I peel the skin still. Even with my apples, I peel the skin. I'm bull with the wax, right? I don't even know why. Don't let me get this started, because once I start talking about these man, listen, I get a little tight. You feel what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers playing in our face. These motherfuckers telling us what they doing with our food and saying, yeah, you gonna eat it. See, when you can feed the nature, you can control the nature. So that's why we got to start growing our own food. We got to start getting our land, start growing our own food, becoming self-sufficient. because moment the moment another situation happened that happened what 2-3 years ago when everybody running to go get tissue and everything was out of stock. Oh, that's nothing for them to pull a plug again. When you can feed a nation, you can control a nation. Come on now. That's why we need to grow our own shit and get the, you feel me, on bless. They playing in our face, man. They playing in our face. They continually giving us poisonous food and poison shit, man. Listen, but yet we still rise. Our DNA still unlocked. We still walk into the power of our God bodies, right? Our DNA still unlocked. We still know we gods and goddesses. We still coming to realization and awareness of our own power. But just imagine when we stop breathing the air that they gave us. Just imagine if we shut down the frequency and the hertz that they planned, the pulse frequency of hertz that they planned to alter our reality. Just imagine when we start replacing the oxygen in the air and we start replacing it with the shit that we really supposed to be breathing. And watch how our skin start changing and we start growing bigger. Our heads start getting bigger. Our brains become neuroplasticity start growing even. Man, listen, man. Listen, this conversation going. Y'all know Instagram still got me restricted. You feel what I'm saying? So, man, listen. Once we start consuming the shit we really supposed to be consuming, that's why when the queen was on earlier and she was asking about the blood type, like, look, that's bull and all, but listen, it's about our DNA, baby. It's about the DNA. It's about the neuromelanin, the pheomelanin, the uomelanin that's inside of each being. What kind of melanin you got? Because the melanin I got, I don't need to be protected by the sun. Because the sun speaks to me. The sun gives me energy. You got to understand the difference. You got melanin that protects you from the sun, and you got melanin that absorbs and eats the sun. There's a big difference, baby. There's a big difference. Y'all know I don't like leaving without the prayer. I see a lot of questions. If I didn't get to your question tonight, please forgive me. If I do see a few people that did say they want to join. It's a little too late. Y'all know Instagram got me on restriction. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna come back Wednesday. I got a new thing. I wanna I feel like something else. You feel something else boiling up inside of me I want to speak about. But y'all know I don't like leaving without prayer. All ushers, please hold the doors. Ushers, please hold the doors. We don't need nobody leaving before prayer. Thank you. I give honor and thanks and speak life and power into the powers that be. I am thankful to be in a position to obtain the knowledge that I have, to not only be able to obtain the knowledge, but convert this knowledge into wisdom, to not only be able to teach myself, but the people, places, and things around me. I send that same energy out to every being and every soul that's in this community. I pray that you please receive the information, the knowledge, convert this knowledge into wisdom, to not only be able to teach yourself, but the people, places, and things around you. I send nothing but health, wealth, peace, success, and unlimited happiness to every being and every soul that is in this community, because I understand, and understand that without the community, there is no community. I pray that every frequency, every vibration, every word spoken tonight, spoke on the same vibration and the frequency of love, life, and most importantly, truth. I give honor and thanks, and I speak life and power into the powers that be. Ashe, Asheo, Aman, Aman, Ahum, Hare Krishna, and all the above that you shall subscribe to. I come as I am. I am who I am. Who I am not, I will never be. Love me for me or do not love me at all. I am a great man. I'm going to show you how great I am. I shall leave as I come, yet when I leave, I shall leave with more power. Peace.